Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Pokemon TCGO. My name is Oscar and today we are playing an expanded deck that I am very excited about. It is Shiftry and Seismitoad. So you've probably been hearing some talk about the Shiftry from Next Destinies making some comeback with all the expanded stuff that's going on through regionals and stuff like that. This is a variation that I built as soon as I even heard about Shiftry. And I've had a lot of fun playing it, and I hope that we can get a good game with it. It's kind of hard to find expanded games sometimes, so I'm just going to click go from now. But this deck is really fun. It uses Seismitoad, it uses the Shiftry lines, a 4-3-4 is what I have currently, and it also has Shaman in it to help continue with that consistency and drawing cards and stuff like that. And I've had a ton of fun playing with it, and I think when Ancient Origins comes out, this deck's going to get even better. So I'm very much looking forward to Ancient Origins for the new grass stadium that helps evolve turn 1 and stuff like that. So we are not going to start first, and I am doing this live, so hopefully we can get a good game right off the bat. We are going up against some kind of ground deck with Pokemon Center Lady, Tool Scrappers, Energy Switches and Maintenance, and Dimension Valley. What is going on? He is getting 1,000 mulligans, and Gold Potion is in there as well, which is interesting. I have no idea what's about to happen. We were starting Shaman, which is absolutely awful, and hopefully we can get something off of all these mulligans that our opponent got. That was like 5 mulligans, and we get like almost nothing to help us, but that's okay. We are not starting first, which is unfortunate, but hopefully we can get something going. We do have an Ultra Ball, Level Ball, so we can get a few Pokemon out pretty quickly. And we do see a Pokedex, which is look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put them back on top of your deck in any order, which is a pretty cool card. Very cool that that's in the expanded format, because you can draw into good stuff. So we do see the Mystery Energy go on to our opponent's Mewtwo EX. We do see a Dimension Valley, so he will be attacking next turn. And we do get another Ultra Ball, which is really cool. So we are going to check, we are going to grab... We have all 4 C-Dot and 2 Nuzleaf, 1 in our hand, so everything is in the deck. We're going to get a C-Dot. We're going to plop him down. We're going to do an Ultra Ball, a Juniper, and probably a Rare Candy. I'll probably get rid of both Junipers because I want to end this turn. I don't really want to Juniper a lot of this good stuff away. So we'll look through our deck. We have 3 of our Shiftry. One of them is prized, which is unfortunate. That's okay. Hopefully we can make it happen without him. We're gonna I think I'm gonna end from here. Well, I'm gonna try the Super Scoop Up. Hopefully we can get that Shaman back, and we couldn't get it, which is unfortunate. But we are gonna end here and put down another C-Dot. Get rid of that Muscle Band. Throw on a DCE onto our Seismitoad, a Muscle Band, and that's all we can do for this turn. We could have Sky Returned that turn, but I don't really know how worth it that would have been with some damage onto our Seismitoad next turn. So I think I would rather just have Seismitoad ready to go. And we do see the Tool Scrapper, which is going to get rid of our Muscle Band, which is okay. We have 3 in the deck, so getting rid of our opponent's Tool Scrapper early is okay with me. So I still don't really know what else he runs in this deck. He does a Crushing Hammer, which is a Heads, which is absolutely awful. And he's gotten a few cards in the discard. Nothing too important so far. He used a Tierno, which is not as good as Sharon, in my opinion, because Sharon is cooler than Tierno. They do the exact same thing. But we do see the Maintenance. We see a Muscle Band and a Fan Club from our opponent, which could help us because that'll make our Chorus better. So we see a Lucario and a Mewtwo. They will probably both hit the field, and they do, and we will see a X-Ball from our opponent for 40 damage. So we do get 2 Ultra Balls. Not going to really help us. We're going to use the Chorus, and we do get a Shaman, so we'll drop DCE, the Muscle Band there. We didn't get a DCE, actually. And I don't want to drop Seismitoad because I want to have more room for more Shiftry. So I'm going to just drop Shaman and draw 3. And we don't get really too much here that's going to help us this turn. No DCE or anything like that. We could VS Seeker for a Juniper for next turn. Or we could just play the end for next turn. So I think I'm just going to have to pass the turn here. And that's all we can do there. So our opponent, not really off to a great start, nothing explosive, but he is getting a ton of, oh, and there's a DCE, 80 damage from our opponent. So X-Ball is doing work. So we're going to put up this Seismitoad active. We do get a level ball, so we'll go ahead and grab ourselves a Nuzleaf. At least have one of them ready to be a Shiftry sometime soon. And drop the Seismitoad. Why not, right? And we're going to end here. Again, nothing too much here besides the DCE to help us, which is okay. I do want to see that DCE, and I'm happy to see it, but that does power up our opponent's X-Ball a good bit. So we're going to VS Seeker here for a Juniper. Next turn, hopefully we can use it, and we are going to Quaking Punch for 50 damage, limiting our opponent on his items now. So not too great a start. We haven't seen a Shiftry. I think this is now turn 3. And our opponent throws on another energy. I think that's enough for a knockout. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I don't think that's enough for a knockout just yet. But we're getting close. 140 damage. Ton of damage. And unfortunately, we do have to get rid of some of this stuff. We'll drop down another DCE before we use this Juniper. But we have to get rid of Devolution Spray and a Rare Candy. But that's okay. We're going to draw into a fresh hand of 7. And okay. So no Shiftry still, but we're going to evolve into a Nuzleaf. If we get a heads on this Super Scoop Up, that would be incredible, and we don't. Dang it. So we're going to lose this Seismitoad next turn, and our opponent's going to be pretty close to winning the game. But if we get at least one Giant Fan heads, we can get rid of this Mewtwo and start limiting our opponent a good bit. So we're going to VS Seeker again. I do want to grab N this time, limit our opponent next turn once he gets his prize. But we are only doing 30 damage that turn, so we desperately need a Shiftry for next turn with this N. So we see a DCE hit the benched Mewtwo EX. And our opponent is going to use X-Ball here for a knockout. But there's the AZ. He actually gets rid of the active Mewtwo. I think he probably understands that I would have got rid of it with a Shiftry. So gets rid of all that energy. Unfortunately, AZ doesn't put your energy back in your hand, so he just lost a ton of energy. So I'm not too sure how great of a plan that was for our opponent. And we see a Colress, which is tempting, but I'm not going to do it. So we're going to throw a water onto our Seismitoad just for the possible Grenade Hammer, and we're going to use N this turn. So he goes down to 2. We do see a Shiftry, so hopefully we can get the heads here. And that's a Tails. So we're going to Devolution Spray, get Shiftry into play again, and heads. So we get rid of the Mewtwo with the DCE, they go back into his deck, and he has to promote something new to be active. And we are going to get a C-Dot drop here as well. So he's just deciding what to put active. He has lost a ton of energy. Well, actually just 3. Guess it seemed like more. But it's only 3 energy that he's lost. He puts up the Mewtwo. We are going to drop the C-Dot. Should I go for the Super Scoop Up? I could. Get the heads. I'm going to do it off of Shaman to get a few more cards here with a setup. And it looks like we could get a Shiftry. So we'll get rid of Colress and DCE to grab ourselves a Shiftry. Good thing to see that one of our Shaman is prized, so I thought about Ultra Balling for a Shaman last turn, but we aren't. Good thing we didn't do that. So next turn, we do have a Shiftry ready to go, and we are going to Quaking Punch for 50 damage on this Mewtwo EX. As you can see, the only thing limiting this deck right now is a Stadium, and when Giant Plant Forest comes out, I think that I want to run that to get all these C-Dots into Nuzleafs as soon as possible. And I'll probably run a 4-4-4 at that point, just because if you can get C-Dots out ASAP, that would be really cool. So our opponent does get a DCE, and that, ooh man, that's an unfortunate Pokemon Center Lady there. Very unfortunate Pokemon Center Lady. So we're going to evolve into Shiftry. Hopefully we get a heads. We do not get the heads. Uh-oh, so we're going to Super Scoop Up. We get a heads. We need to grab back this and Rare Candy into a Shiftry. We desperately need this heads on Giant Fan, and we get it. So Mewtwo goes back into the deck. Incredible. It's very hard to know what to do here because our Seismitoad could go down very quickly, but yeah, I don't really want to end here. Our opponent has 2 cards. I don't want to give him the possibility of doing something, so I'm just gonna Quaking Punch this turn, and hopefully next turn we can Grenade Hammer for the win. Hopefully he doesn't get drawn to anything that'll help him out. We'll see right here, right now, what's gonna happen. But as you can see, these, there is the Lysander on the Shaman. As you can see, these giant fans can be absolutely explosive. And we do get the heads for the retreat, so we are going to win this turn. But we're going to end just for the heck of it. And drop the C-Dot again. And we are going to retreat to Seismitoad. And we are going to Grenade Hammer for the victory. As you can see, this deck is a ton of fun. Doesn't matter where we throw that last damage on because we get the victory there. The deck is a ton of fun. I absolutely love this deck. I think it has great potential, and I think Ancient Origins is only going to help it even more. We get a ton of coins off that victory, 36 coins. Ancient Origins will help it a lot. I think the Giant Plant Forest, not only will it counter other stadiums, but it's going to help our C-Dots evolve almost immediately, so we don't have to rely so much on Rare Candy. And Devolution Spray is a lot stronger if you can take off a Shiftry and put it onto a Nuzleaf as soon as you do it. So I think Ancient Origins is going to be a ton of fun for this deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As you saw, we were on the ropes pretty much the whole game, but a few giant fans and you're right back into it. Right back into it. We didn't even have that really a great game. We didn't have a good setup or anything, but just a few heads absolutely helps this deck, and we came out with the victory. Item lock and giant fan, super strong. I hope you guys liked the video. Hope you liked the deck. Ton of fun, and I think I might be running this very soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please remember to subscribe before you go, and I'll see you guys next time for another video.